All right, if you're going through IVF, you've probably wondered about all the ways you can support your body, right? And that usually leads to the big debate. Massage or acupuncture? Today, we are going to dig into that question, and trust me, the answer might not be what you expect. Let's be real. IVF is a total marathon, not just physically, but emotionally too. So it's completely natural to look for anything that can give you a little extra support along the way. But that's where you hit that classic tough question. Which therapy is actually the best one for me?
And for so many people, the choice seems to boil down to this: massage with the power of touch versus acupuncture with the power of points. It feels like you have to pick a team, pick a side, but do you really? Let's start by breaking down what each one actually brings to the table.
So first up, let's talk about massage. What can the power of touch really do for you when you're on this path?
Okay, so the core benefits really come down to three big things. First, it helps reduce stress and anxiety by lowering cortisol. And that's so important because we know chronic stress can mess with your reproductive hormones. Second, it improves circulation, helping get more blood flow to your ovaries and uterus. And third, and this one is huge, it gives you emotional support. A quiet, safe space where you don't have to explain anything. And the best part? They're all connected. Less stress and better blood flow. It all works together to create a way healthier environment for your body.
But, and this is super important, we're not just talking about any old massage you'd get at a spa. A real fertility massage is a whole different ballgame. It is absolutely not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. A properly trained therapist uses very specific, gentle techniques that are completely personalized to you, your medical history, and exactly where you are in your IVF cycle.
Okay, so that's the power of touch. Now let's flip the coin and look at the power of points. What do acupuncture and acupressure have to offer on an IVF journey? And you know what's interesting? You're going to see some really familiar goals here. Just like with massage, acupressure is all about reducing stress and improving circulation. The main difference is how it gets there, by targeting specific points on the body. The goal is exactly the same: create a better, more balanced environment for your body. So instead of thinking of them as rivals, it's more like they're two different paths leading to the same beautiful destination.
All right, knowing what these therapies do is one thing, but knowing how to use them safely and effectively during your IVF cycle, honestly, that is the most important part of this whole conversation.
And this timeline just shows how critical timing is. Before you start your stim meds, massage can be awesome for prepping your body. Now, during stimulation, gentle massage is okay, but, and this is a big one, you have to avoid any work on your abdomen. Your ovaries are enlarged and super sensitive. After your egg retrieval, give your body a break, wait a week or two. And finally, after an embryo transfer, a light, relaxing massage is fine. But again, absolutely no pressure on your abdomen.
Finding the right person to work with is, well, it's everything. So how do you do that? First, flat out ask them, have you worked with IVF patients before? Look for special training or certifications in fertility or reproductive health. Make sure they get the basics of IVF so you're not spending your time explaining everything. And maybe most importantly, you have to feel safe and supported. That non-judgmental space is key.
And just as important is knowing what to look out for, the red flags. If anyone ever makes a claim like a guaranteed pregnancy, you should probably walk away. Be really cautious of anyone who has a rigid one-size-fits-all plan. They should also be super careful with things like essential oils. And as we just talked about, deep abdominal pressure at the wrong time is a huge no-go. A good therapist will always be open to working with your medical team, not against them. Okay, so all of this brings us to our final, and I really think most empowering section. It's time to completely reframe that question we asked at the very beginning.
We started this whole thing by framing it as a competition, right? Massage versus acupuncture, the big showdown. But what if that's just the completely wrong way to look at it?
This quote pretty much says it all. More and more clinics are encouraging a team approach, bringing in different experts to support you from every angle. So the big takeaway here is, it's not about picking a winner. It's about building your team. And your wellness team can have a lot of different players all working for you. Of course, you've got your reproductive endocrinologist as the head coach, but you can also bring in a counselor, a licensed acupuncturist, a certified massage therapist, maybe even a yoga instructor who gets fertility. Each person brings something unique and valuable to your corner.
So let's end with this. Let's just throw out that whole massage versus acupuncture question. What if instead we ask a much more powerful question? How do I build the right toolkit for me? Because at the end of the day, the best support crew is the one that's built just for you,
for your own unique journey.
And as we wrap up, please remember, this explainer is for educational purposes only, and it is definitely not a substitute for professional medical advice. Always talk to your doctor to get guidance that's tailored specifically for you. For more information about the complete IVF process, you can visit the portal shown on the screen, ivfforme.com.